I knew that Barau Jubri, that is the Deputy Senate President, openly supporting the tax bill, the tax reform bill, is going to hurt him seriously. And now a lot of people from the northern part of the country have started attacking him because, in their opinion, the tax reform bill does not favor them and they expected him to be on their side. But this time around, he failed to side with them, but with his political party. You all, before we delve right into the details of today's news, if this is your first time here or you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and subscribe, like this video. Also leave your opinions in the comment section below. Don't forget to give this video a massive thumbs up. That way we're encouraged to put out more reliable and authentic news. Thank you very much as you do so. Without further ado, let's delve into the details of today's news. Tinubu Tax, North anger grows at youth attack Deputy Senate President. The North's resentment of a proposed tax reform bills currently at the National Assembly (NAS) has expanded as Northern youths attacked Deputy Senate President Senator Barau Jubri, yesterday, accusing him of being insensitive to the region. They described the bills as anti-North, saying it would further relegate the region economically. The youths, representing 19 northern states, said a lawmaker representing Kano North Senatorial District knows the bills would not serve the region's interests. Ever since the proposed laws were sent by President Bola Tinubu to the National Assembly, lawmakers of northern extraction have been expressing worries. The executive arm of government had said the bills would ensure uniformity in tax revenue administration across Nigeria, eliminate double taxation, use taxation to encourage private sector investments in critical industries, and boost disposable incomes through targeted tax exemptions. The four bills are the Joint Revenue Board of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2024, the Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Bill 2024, the Nigerian Tax Administration, and the Nigerian Tax Bill. Last week, the bill passed second reading in the Senate despite notable objections from some lawmakers. Senate leader Okoyemi Bamidele described the proposed fiscal laws as a significant move to overhaul the country's tax system. However, the North is united in its opposition as all sectors of its leadership consider the bills as being against the region's socio-economic development. The latest in the opposition by the North is the attack concerning number 2 man, Senator Jubri, by Northern Youth Assembly. They were particularly angry over the fact that the Deputy Senate President presided over the sitting where the bills passed the second reading. The plenary was disrupted by anger and a shouting match over the bills, which came up for debate despite not being listed as an item for the day's business. In an open letter signed by Ali Mohammed Idris and Abdul Hafiz Gaba, President and Secretary respective of Northern Youth Assembly, the youth said yesterday that Jubri's position on the bills doesn't represent the interests of the North. The letter reads, "The Northern Youth Assembly, on behalf of the 19 Northern States leadership of the Assembly, wishes to express an unequivocal disappointment and dismay in you following your actions towards the scaling for the second reading of an evil tax reform bill, which would certainly undermine the North and further relegate the region economically and commercially. Your support for the passage of a proposed evil tax reform bill put forth by the Tinubu administration is the highest order of your insensitivity to the economic and financial plight of your constituency, Kano State, and the entire northern Nigeria. As representatives of the northern Nigerian youth, we believe the proposed tax reform bill, in its current form, would surely disproportionately affect the economic livelihoods and aspirations of our people, and it is of course without taking into cognizance of a current economic reality in the country. Our disappointment is more in your attitude at the Senate plenary to impose your opinion and interests, even though you are quite aware that this bill is anti-North and has a tendency of further impoverishing the people in the North and would further cripple economic and commercial activities in the region, and yet you are hell-bent on making it a reality. While it is obvious that the proposed tax reform is of so much interest to the people at the center, however, your unwavering enthusiasm to champion the bill, which is anti-North, exposes your misguided commitment to the cause of protecting the interests of those you represent. Practically, the North faces a barrage of critical issues such as shortage of electricity supply, rampant insecurity across the region, naked poverty, unemployment, and dismayed state of infrastructure, to name just a few. But you have yet resolved to lead the war of further destroying the little prospects left of the North. Let us remind you that the purpose of your election was to fundamentally champion the cause to address development challenges facing your region through effective legislative engagement, rather than dedicating your energy to serve an anti-Northern Nigeria agenda. Northern Nigeria requires only the leaders who could speak in the interest of the region, not hired lobbyists and agents of destruction who would do everything to misguide and deceive their people for some cheap political gains. We wish to inform you that the Northern Youth Assembly is highly disappointed in you and your coyotes for accepting to be engaged to destroy the North and its future. We are committed to fighting this cause with our last drop of blood and to expose you and your likes who are ready to auction the North and its future, as we could no longer trust and surrender our destiny into the hands of political merchants, betrayers, and political hypocrites. The proposed Tinubu Tax Reform Bill is evil, and that was the reason the National Economic Advisory Council and northern governors rejected the bill in the first place, while people like you are trying to justify what is wrong in its totality to cash on the situation for some cheap political gain. We wish to finally advise you to change your ways before the entire people in the North, old and young, children and women, are mobilized to place their curse on you. What are your thoughts? What do you think of this? Obviously, the northern region are not happy with Jubre, especially considering the fact that it was the one who presided over this meeting because Apabio was not around. He presided over this meeting, and both him and Senator Undome had a little scuffle at the ground of the Senate concerning the matter of his tax reform bill. Is this going to affect his second term election to office? We are going to get to find out. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.